Okay, show you how to make some baozi. How I'm making it anyways. Made some bread dough, let it rise, and then let it sit overnight. So it's kind of a double rise. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more fluffy, but that's just my regular whole wheat bread dough. And then I made it into balls about that size, so it would make a pretty big tortilla or a small little pizza. That's the size, and I'm chopping up the vegetables right now. I've got cabbage. I made some hamburger, and I put some barbecue sauce in it, and then I added carrots, some finely minced carrots, some red bell pepper, some cabbage, and green onions. And that's the meat mixture. Now I'm making the vegetarian one, and that is where I'm starting with the cabbage. So I'll chop that up in fine bits like that. And so forth. So now I'm cutting up my red bell pepper, then I'll mince it up, and then when it's minced up I'll throw it in here, pause, and while I'm chopping these up, I'm also steaming my first set of buns in here. Got this steamer thing. You'll notice I've got the parchment paper, which you'll see later. But that's I'm doing it for 15 minutes. We'll see if that's the right time. Okay, so now I'm going to pull my first chowser or buns out of here. It's a little hot. I think I will use a fork or maybe some tongs here. Pick that up, put it right there. These are the ones that are ready to go in. Those are the doughy ones. This is the cooked one. And as far as I can see, 15 minutes seem to work fine. Putting the next two in here, I can fit two. No more than two, really, in there. You can see they plump up a little bit. The dough looks okay to me. Once again, it's whole wheat dough, so it's about as healthy as you can be. Put that lid back on, the steamer lid. I could probably do this without the steamer thing, but my daughter gave me a steamer, so that's what I'm going to use. And now on to chopping some green onions and carrots to add to my vegetarian mix. So, in the time it takes me to sing a verse or two of Wish You Were There, I am chopping up my carrots, dicing as you can see, going faster than I am left-handed, just demonstrating the carrots. Throw those into this wonderful mix, and I only have some green onions left to do. Okay, then time to choppy these. Chop, 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 chop. And then I'll fast forward to when I get it all chopped up. And as I sing a hymn this time, one of the verses, I have been choppy. And there we go. Into the basket we go. Alright, now one of the things I'm going to do with the vegetarian one is I'm going to add some ginger root to add some flavor to it, because it will miss out on the delicious barbecue flavor. So I'm going to add some ginger and maybe something else. We'll see. And I'm grating some frozen ginger root. I'm going to put a little bit of sesame oil in here as well. Not a lot, because we can put that in our dipping sauce. And I'll put some salt in there. Doesn't really matter because you're putting the dipping sauce, so you can flavor it here or with the dipping sauce, I figure. Okay, I'm going to show you how I roll one of these out. Again, it's a pretty good size piece of dough. If it was going to be a small pizza or a big tortilla, that's about the size. Cornstarch down, just like I would if I was rolling a tortilla or a pizza. And looking for basically not as thin as a tortilla, so probably about as thick as a thin crust pizza is what I'm shooting for. That's big enough. Okay, then a half cup of this. I measured it before, but it's about a handful, which is quite a bit I'm putting in. Pinch it, trying to keep the filling below my fingers as I pull it up, and not worrying about all the pinching until at the end. Squeeze and twist. And then I already cut one of these out, so right here, good to go. Then these can just sit out. In this case, I'd already had one ready, and that's all I had ready. So I put one in there, one in here. I'm going to cover that up, and just you probably don't need that cover, but I'm going to go ahead. It'll keep the heat, and timer for 15 minutes is what I'm going on those. All right, so the sauce, at least the one I saw, is a 1-to-1. One vinegar. This is rice vinegar to one soy sauce. So 1-to-1 on that. And then one teaspoon is what that called for of sesame oil. So I'm just going to do about a teaspoon there. And then it also did call for green onions if you want them. So I could fish some out. I'm not that concerned about it. But there we go.
Doesn't that one not have sugar in it? It's supposed to have sugar, a little bit of sugar in it.
I don't think it said, but get on the internet and find a different recipe if you don't like this.
It's fun.
Okay, I'm putting sugar in there to taste. So how much sugar? Whatever you like. I just put a tablespoon or 2 in there. And let's see how it tastes. Yep.